This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. St. Anne Police launch Operation Lavicus. The police in St. Anne have launched Operation Lavicus, aimed at restoring law and order in Ucherius and other towns and communities in the parish. The use of the name the third book of the Old Testament, in which God establishes moral and purity laws, references the police division's intention to restore law and order to the parish. So far in 2022, St. Anne has seen a 32% increase in murders from 31 to 41, 9% increase in shootings from 21 to 23, and a massive 85% rise in robberies from 33 to 61 compared to the similar period of the previous year. Those figures contribute to an 18% increase in crime overall so far this year. Acting Commandant for St. Anne, Superintendent David White, said Operation Lavicus is already bearing fruit. White told the news Monday evening that the operation began on Saturday and has resulted in several wanted persons being held. We are going to look at specific areas in St. Anne dealing with a traffic management situation or death spots in terms of fatal accidents, White said. In the town of Ucherius, we will ramp up operations in that space. It's going to be public order, so illegal vending on the sidewalk and such will be targeted. The bus park and those criminal elements who are coming out of Kingston and so on will be pursuing those. Parry Town, Steer Town, and Brownstown will also get special attention during the operation. In addition, White said lottery scammers and wanted persons are being sought. On Saturday, several persons were taken into custody during the operation in Ucherius, while on Monday, 2 wanted men were held as operations shifted to Content Gardens. 19-year-old charged over downtown Kingston robbery, police chase. A man who yesterday robbed a cabbie and a female passenger and then stole a taxi in downtown Kingston has been charged. He is 19-year-old Rushing Sinclair of Crescent Road, Kingston 13, who has been charged with robbery with aggravation and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. His court date is being arranged. The police say an illegal gun was recovered from Sinclair, who crashed the taxi during a chase. Reports are that about 5:45 a.m., Sinclair boarded a Toyota Probox motorcar operating as a taxi and then allegedly robbed the female passenger and the driver of their cell phones. The driver was then tied up and left along the roadway, according to the police. The female passenger escaped unharmed. Sinclair then drove off in the taxi. Sinclair then drove off in the taxi along Tower Street, disobeying the one-way. The police say a team that was in the area signaled him to stop. However, he sped off and crashed into a wall at the intersection of West and Tower Streets. He was accosted, and a Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol along with 6 9mm rounds of ammunition was taken from him. More houses set on fire in Kingston Central. More houses have been set ablaze in sections of Kingston Central. It's believed to be the work of arsonists. There are no reports of injuries. The buildings damaged were on Text Lane. Tuesday's early morning blaze follows similar incidents in recent weeks. On August 8th, houses on James Street and Smith Lane were affected. More than 30 persons were left homeless. Residents reported hearing gunshots before the fire broke out. During a visit on August 9, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said that the government would review the scope of the Zone of Special Operations currently in Parade Gardens to include the community of spoilers on the heels of the alleged firebomb attack. It was reported by the People's National Party caretaker for the constituency, Imani Duncan Price. Donovan Williams from the governing Jamaica Labour Party is the current MP. Parade Gardens was declared a Zozo on January 9. Search suspended for missing Jamaican man who jumped from the bridge in the U.S. The search for one of the Clarendon brothers who jumped off the Jaws Bridge in Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts in the United States has been suspended. According to MV Times, the search for Tavon Bolgin, 21, who is presumed dead, was suspended some 14 hours after it began a massive multi-agency team pending any new developments. The body of his sibling, Tavares Bolgin, 26, was found around 6:30 Monday morning. According to local media reports, 4 persons jumped off the Jaws Bridge in Martha's Vineyard about 11 o'clock Sunday night. 2 were rescued while the Bulgin brothers were not found. The bridge, officially named the American Legion Bridge, is reportedly a popular attraction for local and tourists, even though there is a sign warning people not to jump or dive from it. A family friend from Palmer's Cross in Clarendon spoke highly of the 2 brothers, noting that one had graduated from the University of Technology, while the other had just graduated from the University of the West Indies. He had known them since childhood and recalled that they had been positive children whose quality, manners, and discipline could have taken them anywhere. This is very tragic for us. It is a loss for the church, it is a loss for the community, and I dare say a loss for the country. It is a loss for all of us, he lamented.
I've known them from their childhood days, and as you said, they have been very, very positive children. In fact, Tavan has just completed UA, Tavares completed UTech. So that speaks for their ambition as it relates to where they could have been anywhere, because they have the quality, the manners, the discipline, and what it really needs for them to progress. So this is indeed very tragic for us. It's a loss for the church, it's a loss for the community, and I'd here say a loss for the country. It's a very sad day for all of us.
Airline launches probe after Jamaican passengers forced off flight in Canada. 2 Jamaicans are accusing staff on Snoop Airlines of racism after they were removed from a flight for switching a seat. The Jamaicans were on a scheduled flight from Toronto to Kelowna, Canada last Wednesday. Jody Baptiste reportedly asked another passenger to switch seats so she could sit next to her partner, Andre Henry. The flight attendant apparently took issue and the couple were eventually escorted off by police. The couple believed the incident was racially motivated, with Mr. Henry saying he asked, "Are we being forced off because we are black?" Other passengers aboard the plane reportedly tried to protest on their behalf when they were asked to leave the flight. However, their concerns were ignored. One passenger who witnessed the incident said she also believed the incident was racially motivated because the flight attendant had no grounds with the other passenger, who is white, who willingly switched seats with Miss Baptiste. After being forced to exit, the couple had to book new flights to get home, which cost them almost $2,000 Canadian dollars. The issue has prompted Swoop Airlines to launch an investigation.
Are we being forced out because we black, brother? We didn't do anything, brother.
This is the last thing Jody Baptiste and her partner Andre wanted at the end of their summer vacation.
Gotta put it on to racism now, man.
Escorted by police officers off a Swoop Airlines flight on Wednesday from Toronto to Kelowna before takeoff.
Like, I felt naked, ashamed, like exposed, embarrassed, all sorts of emotions just flowing.
All over what they say was a minor dispute with a flight attendant because they switched seats with another willing passenger so they could sit together.
And then she's like, it's not even about switching seats anymore. It's about my attitude. Someone from the back said, no, your staff is the one who's giving an attitude. You should be talking to your staff.
Fellow passenger Jennifer Avis witnessed the entire incident.
Jody just was defending herself as any person would. She wasn't rude.
She tried to intervene by talking to the flight attendants and then the pilot.
I'm not going to stand here and let this happen, especially in front of my children. Like, sorry. Like, this was very clearly racial. The other person that switched seats with Jody was a Caucasian male, never spoke to. They didn't say a word to him.
That's why they kicked us off the plane.
Despite this and the pleading of other passengers nearby, the couple was forced off the flight and had to book new tickets to get home, costing them close to $2,000.
JAS report on Rio Cobre chemical spills a financial impact on farmers to be ready by next week. The Jamaica Agricultural Society has promised that by next week, a detailed report on the extent of the damage suffered by farmers from pollution in the Rio Cobre should be provided to the Ministry of Agriculture. It's estimated that the farmers may have suffered approximately $30 million in losses arising from the release of harmful contaminants from Windalco's bauxite refinery in Yuatan. JAS President Lenworth Fulton told the news that the assessment is in its final stages. Mr. Fulton said that the JAS is trying to locate some farmers to finalize aspects of the information on their claim. Mr. Fulton believes that there needs to be a third party to develop a valuation standard to be used to quantify damage to crops whenever disasters occur. He contends that this will allow for transparency when conducting assessments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.